Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Today I have on Kelly, and she is here to tell us a story.
Hello, my name is Kelly Spinarsky. I'm here to talk about a Facebook group. It's called Bloom Windsor, Essex. It's been around for about a year now. It is an intuitive and wellness Facebook group. So it's basically for anybody that likes intuition and wellness types of events, services, podcasts. If you have questions about Reiki healers, how to get certified, all kinds of things, anything local like that. It's really exciting because I feel like I've needed that group for a long time. And Ashley, the other admin, also feels the same way.
What do you mean when you're saying that, like, you needed this?
I feel like for me, I was new to being psychic, like Claire. If you don't know what psychic is, it's there's some terms: clairaudience, clairvoyance. Clairaudience just means I can hear things. I can hear weird things. Clairvoyance is you can psychically see things. So you work with whatever, if you call it God, the universe, if you call it angels, if you call it higher guides, that kind of thing. I started really opening to those things in 2016. I went to some classes and things. 2017 hit and I started experiencing things like that, but it's like they opened up, but I was kind of in a bit of trauma going through it. So I realized I needed more tools to ground. So I kind of wanted to create a hub where people could start to feel comfortable and have like events that they can go to that were just like-minded people. So you didn't have to come there, having Reiki as a background. You could come there to talk to somebody that may have that, or they may be curious about it, or, it's just kind of like an open space to chat with like-minded people. That was my main goal, was to just if I know all these people, why don't we get them in like a group and then start talking about like services and products and things? Because there's so many people that need way more. I find, including myself, I need way more than just the physical, mental, and emotional approach to life. I really, really, really find there's a missing component, which is the spiritual side. That's not really separate from us. It's just we only look at it at certain times, or like we're not really sure if we should look at it. And it's not a bad thing to do that. Sometimes you just don't need it. But I feel like for me, it's been a long journey of me just kind of like I get a little teary where it's like, no, like you need to just fucking say it. I get a little nervous talking about it too, because it can be like a touchy topic sometimes, but I'm trying to get it where it's just super easy, chill. No one's being attacked by like their beliefs on things. It's just like an open conversation.
It's nerve-wracking for you to talk about it still.
It can be, yeah. Sometimes I feel like on public platforms, it can be, although this is a very open public platform, so that's great. I'm just kind of working more to stand out in a way where it's just happy. It's like, okay, like here we go. Like, you can feel things about people. You can see things sometimes. You don't always want to do that, but it's there. Those are parts of me. And I feel like a lot of people with intuitive gifts, I feel like sometimes in the medical world, it might be labeled as something else, and it can still be that physically. It's just they're forgetting the spirit part of it, which is the hope, the love, the joy that comes in to know that you are connected to yourself and you are feeling and you are seeing. So that's kind of where it comes into play for me, is like, okay, we have all these things for people on the physical side of things, but we're not necessarily tapped into that other wholeness part. So I think that's where I'm kind of bridging the gap. I'm trying anyway.
So this group is your safe space for these healers to come and talk about the psychic things or the energy healing things that might not necessarily feel safe in the mainstream.
Thank you. That's exactly it. Yeah. And there's like the medical side of things, which is, there's nothing wrong with the medical side of things if you feel like it works for you. And it's beautiful if it helps you stay grounded and feel like yourself. So the other side would be like for me, medical is like more mental, physical body awareness. The emotions can come into play there. But if you don't have a sense of like those feelings will end, then you'd have to go search out different types of, they might call it healers. You might go to a therapist that is still a healer, in my opinion. But you have to have a balance. Like, I feel like I can't just be too spirity where I have like no sense of grounded. Like, that's just like, that's not going to help. I'm learning too, to understand better people that see the world through maybe even an atheist standpoint, which is really interesting to me, because I can't say that I don't know enough about it, but I do love understanding different aspects or qualities of life, like different perspectives. Yeah. And I feel, it's weird, but I feel like there's still a part of, like, there's a faith in that. It's different, but it's a faith. Like, that's just how I see it. But I think I feel like I have to like race into sentences. You guys might laugh at this, but a lot of times I'm like hearing and seeing at the same time. So I'm always like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm racing because I can feel somebody sitting right here in my what is this spot called?
Collarbone.
This little spot right here. I can't even think. That spot.
The chakras.
The chakra. Yeah. So that's, I guess, what I'm trying. I keep saying it over and over, but what I'm trying to say is that I'm getting really bored with life being only about certain parts of the self and then disregarding for me, it would be the spirit side. For somebody who's really spirity, I have to go back to the physical. So like, I have to kind of come back and be like, I can't really meditate today. I need to go out and sing. Like, that roots me in. For somebody else, it might be meditating or it might be riding a bike. But like,
I thought you said this journey for you started maybe 6-7 years ago, but you also said you're a very spiritually person. So were you always very spiritual?
Yeah.
Or like, did you just come to recognize it?
So I was always a very spiritual minded person, but I didn't always have the clairaudiency and the clair. I had some little moments. When I was probably like 18, 19, I had some little moments of things. I don't know if anyone knows Sylvia Brown. I remember watching Sylvia Brown. She was like a world-renowned psychic. She's passed on now. I just really found that I like resonated with her. She was kind of like funny and down to earth, and she would poke, like, in a loving way, she would poke fun at the world and like people, but helping them to understand like spirit and how it could work. So that's kind of where it started for me. Little bits of me started opening more to it. I'm pretty sure I had experiences a little bit in my dream state. And then I saw like little things like through clairvoyancy here and there, but it wasn't enough for me to feel like I could hone in on it. But I was just excited to understand it. So that's 2016 hit, and I realized I still wasn't like I knew something was missing. I went on vacation and I came back and I felt like something was off in my throat. So I went through a couple different steps to try and heal it. I even did like a naturopathic approach. Tried that, wasn't enough. I went to get acupuncture done. Still wasn't enough. Then went to Reiki, and I just knew that I needed to work more with that. So I started going to classes. I started talking, like hanging around more people that were like-minded like that. And it definitely gave me a bigger perspective on how to heal. And then for me, I had probably some like someone might say old wounds coming up, where it was like just too much spirity stuff, and it could have been past life. I have no idea at this point. I've had so many things happen with spirit stuff where it just puts me on overload. But I know in my heart space that I'm supposed to work with spirit and spirit guides. So that's why I have that Bloom group, as well as like to have other support and stuff. But I know that so many people, I see it now, like there's so many people that need it, or just they need that connection, and they need to be heard. It's really interesting. Even animals, like I'll watch animals differently now. Like they lead, someone in spirit saying they lead with emotion. And they're pointing to like emotion, like when you're energy in motion, they really do lead with that. My mom's cat specifically has taught me a lot. I did not like him when I first met him. He taught me how to be aware of body language on animals, but then also to be aware of people's body language, which I had always been watching, but not really acknowledging that I can really see it. Does that make sense? It's like sometimes we'll see someone's little subtle movement or inflection, and we'll be like, oh, that wasn't there. No, like whatever it is, good or bad, it's fine. But it really was right there. It'll change in the next moment. It might not be that way tomorrow, but it was a part of them coming forward. And it's the same with animals. So it's really interesting. Like Loki, my mom's cat, will show us, like I'll walk in the door. I know that he knows when I'm coming over. I kind of put the intention out that I'm going to show up. So I walk in the house and I'm like, meow, meow. And that's my way of saying, who's here? Like, what are you doing? What's happening? Like, that's my intention. I'm like, meow, meow. And then usually he would trot around the corner and he like under his breath, just kind of like he does his little trot. And he's like, like he starts to kind of like, it's a little bit of a conversation. Maybe he's like an old man. I don't know, but he just kind of does his thing. I can kind of watch him. I'm like, should I pick him up? Does he want me to? And he'll come around my legs and I can tell when he wants me to pick him up. I really honor his space now. And I really recognize that a lot of animals, they don't always want to be hugged. They don't always want to be pet. You know, like if they're moody, it's because something happened. Like they're probably in trauma. And how do they tell you? They might pee in a corner. Look,
they probably get mad at you.
There's a problem. Like, how are they going to tell you?
So what does the Bloom group look like? It's a Facebook group, but there are events. So tell us what like the Bloom group kind of is.
So the Bloom group it's a space for intuition and wellness people to just kind of, you can either get to know each other in there. You can make posts about services like that you offer, whether it's yoga, meditation. For me, I will post like if someone has like karaoke, because me, that's throat chakra work. I'm like, come on out, let's root you in. I love bringing those components into it. Anything, meditation, yoga, events like retreats. If anyone, there's a lot of people that do like RMT work, which it's wellness too. So like RMT work, you have naturopaths in there too.
What are the events that Bloom hosts?
There's one event each month, the last Monday of each month. It's called Bloom Biz Chats. We may change the name, so don't quote me on that. Where you don't have to have a business, but if you do, it's like wellness and intuitive based, or you're open to that. Like you like that stuff. So your business could be not necessarily that, but you like-minded like that. Mm-hmm. You are specifically. So you can come hang out. If you don't have a business, you can still come hang out. We usually do it at Celeste Cafe. It's just to be around like-minded people, but a lot of times we'll have like some new questions that come up for businesses. It's kind of like a networking, like a mini networking event. There's 2 events usually. So there's usually one extra one where we just come up with something different. So
every
change it up a bit.
Are there karaoke events regularly?
Yeah, there are 2 people for sure in the group that run karaoke. One is Kim McMullen. She runs karaoke, I believe, at JJ's Roadhouse. It's not all the time, but she does run it, so she posts when she does. Same with Tiago. He runs at JJ's Roadhouse. He'll do karaoke there. So it's just nice to see that, because I feel like again, for me, it's like you want to be around like-minded people, but it's just like it's like a feeling of like, okay, like I can express myself. Other singers will be able to resonate with this. When you hit the right notes, it doesn't mean that you have to be a skilled, trained singer. It's just you feel like, you might call it the God sense or whatever, because it makes you want to like tear up, or like when you're listening to someone, like you can really tell that that's like the spot. And for me, singing it, I can feel that I'm connected. So, but I'm connected to what I like, what I enjoy in those words, and they sit with me differently when I look at it from a spirit perspective.
Are you singing on the regular?
I am. I'm mostly just going to open mics right now. I'm starting to learn. I have a chanting ability too that I'm discerning still, and I'm practicing. Like I have Reiki skills as well, so I'm kind of mixing them. So I've started practicing that too.
I've actually, I've never been out to a karaoke night with you, but it's on my list
of things to do. Like it's fun when you're someone who like works with spirit as well as you can sing. I'm learning that you can do a lot of, you can help somebody heal, they can relax, they can feel more connected to their body if you basically teach them how to use that tool, like if they sing or if they just like being around that, because there's ways to do it. So like for me, it would be teaching somebody to trust. So if they have clairaudiency, for me, I can hear people speaking. Like it literally sounds like they're just like they're chilling in there and they'll start speaking. When I need to like assert myself, or if I feel like I need my space back, especially if you're like a psychic medium, then I'm going to need to work right here, because I need to like push people out. So I would probably have to go into like sort of like tones like this. It's going to sound really funny. You're going to sit in your body, but you're just going to be able to like kind of expel things that shouldn't be there. Just think of like energy. So it's like someone's showing me, it's like a bow sound. That sounds so weird, but it's like a bow. And then it kind of pushes the energy out. For me, that's theirs. For me, it'd be like, ha, ha. Because I'd rather rock it out than do that. But someone else is, I just make jokes. They'll just be like, and I'll be like, son of a motherfucker. Like, it's just like making people laugh. Sorry if that's really loud in the mic. I have no idea. But that's kind of how I work, is I have to get back in my body. So if I'm running an anxiety, or if somebody else is running an anxiety, whether they have a spirit gift or not, it can help them sit better in themselves if they like singing. So I'm kind of learning.
Yeah. And then like also on the science side of it, I know also the vibration and the sound is also going to be calming too.
Yeah. Sorry, I have so many things that run through my head that I love that you brought that up, because I can't even remember to say it. That's totally what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's all of it. It's like the using the voice, the vibration, the calming sounds, expressing yourself. I think all of that together is what makes it a good tool to help you get back into your body.
Totally. Yeah, so that's what I'm learning. I wanted to mention that in the Bloom group, I want to add a couple more features. So Ashley, the other admin of the group and co-founder, she has it's a directory. So the directory is called Soul Sync. It's linked in our featured section. But what I was thinking to do was add a specific section for trauma. So it doesn't mean that I'm not like, it's literally just so people who have the qualifications can link to that. And then it can be like a one-stop hub for people to be, especially if they have intuition or if they have, so it's going to sound funny, but like if they're labeled as schizophrenic, it would be nice to work with somebody who understands psychic ability as well as mental health, as well as social work, like whatever the backgrounds are, so they can bring them into the psychic world versus feeling like they're stuck in schizophrenia. It's not a bad thing. It's just there's a label there. So it'd be interesting to kind kind of flip the switch a bit. But
just like a more specific directory.
To hone them in, bring them into their body, and then yes. So.
I'm curious what your definition of trauma is.
Yes. So trauma is totally different for everybody. I can't speak for everybody, but definitely for myself, it would be, trauma with psychic ability. Because I still love having intuition and spirit gifts. However, if I'm hearing voices that put me on psychic attack, or if there's visuals that are scary, I have had those definitely. I will openly talk about them. They'll be on my podcast eventually. But I really, really, really know how scary it can feel. So it'd be really interesting to give them the tools, or have like a community of support, rather than saying, you have this label. It's not a bad thing. You have this label. You can take this medication. You can do this, go for a workout. Those things are great. However, you sometimes don't really feel heard, because you know that you heard something, and all they're saying is, it looks like you're hearing voices to the science world, because they don't know anything else. So here's your mind seeming like it's playing games, but you actually are hearing.
I actually just had an experience last night.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it was real, because I was too scared to ask anyone.
Okay.
But I was at, I think it's called Cortisone Theater. I wasn't alone. There was like a group, maybe like 12 of us in there. So it could have just been a person, but I was too scared to ask. But I was sitting there watching the stage, and I heard humming like directly behind me. Yeah. And it was just like a And I was like, it just sounded like it was like right here.
It wasn't like a physical person. Yeah. Like you knew the difference. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but, it can happen.
But then you try to justify it kind of. You're like, oh, well, sound carries. It could have been from over there.
Okay, but here's what I'm teaching people. It's totally healthy to do that. So question it. So literally just be like, oh, well, could it be this? Could it be that? I will literally start to like to the voices, which sounds really funny, but I can make jokes. Dear, this is how I check back into my body. Dear voices, what is your name? As a joke. do I like you? I'm going to just check in with myself. Maybe I don't. Let's just tap out of that one. But if you think that it's something behind you and you're comfortable, then you can just acknowledge it and you can let it go. Or like if you have more of a gift, then you might just be like, wait, what's happening?
Like, I was just kind of like, okay, that's cool. We're chilling.
Yeah, I think part of my purpose to help people ground from just hearing things that maybe are just like learning about it. Like, what is that? Like, what do I do now? If I hear something like that, am I going to hear it again? Do I need to flip out? Do I need to worry about it? The answer is no. No, you don't need to worry. You don't have to go back to it. But it could mean that you have ears that are sensitive and aware to things like that, which is actually pretty cool. Yeah. If you flip the switch into confidence, you can remain like confident in your body, confident in your mind, and you have a knowing that you experienced that. So it's, instead of disregarding, like if someone was to say, oh, it didn't happen. No, it happened. Like it was right there.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like that. I think I can see it. It's like in your energy, in certain points in your body. I'm not sure where it sits, but it can create like little divots of energy where it's like your own, like you dismiss it because someone's like more in charge of you. But
yeah, so that's
weird. Memory
like
points,
honoring your own existence and like your own truth,
there,
using your voice.
Yeah, because that sits you in the confidence of whatever you heard, felt, like all that stuff you did. And for me, it's important for somebody that is just learning about spirit stuff. That's the difference between if for some reason you ever have like a traumatic experience, not that I ever would, just clear that out now. But if for any reason anyone ever did, it would be nice to have some tools before, like, so that you can come back to groundedness and realize they can't stay, like whatever it is. You don't have to feel attached. They're not going to come haunt you. Like it can happen, but they're not going to, like, we're just going to brush that off.
Yeah.
Like,
what else are you working on?
I'm a makeup artist, so I'm just I work with a lot of brides. I do a lot of makeup. What else am I doing? I have an event coming up. I don't know if this will be posted after it. That's okay.
At least like maybe 8 weeks out.
Oh, okay. So this week will be this event will already be done. But it's happening for February 14th.
Do you have ideas of
other events? Yeah. So the event coming up is called Spoken Word. And I would love to have more of those. So it's just like poetry, short stories. I even thought like if you're writing a song, you could always like talk about that too. But it's just like a space to feel heard. We're doing that also at Celeste Cafe on Ottawa Street. I have all kinds of ideas. It's really hard to slow down. Yeah.
So if people want to talk to you, find out more about you, how can they get connected to you and Bloom?
So Bloom Windsor, you just search Bloom Windsor Essex on Facebook. You'll see, if you go in the featured section, you'll find me, one of the admins. You can also find me on Instagram or Facebook as Kelly Spinarsky.
Okay, one message to leave the audience with.
That's too funny. All I want to do is swear, but I'm not going to, just to make jokes. I don't know why. I feel like that's part of my spirit guides. It's weird. If there's anything where you ever feel like you are maybe, I always go back to confidence. So like whether it's in beauty, because I'm a makeup artist, or inner beauty, that's kind of where I sit. So I guess I would like to say, just trust yourself. Trust yourself when you get a feeling about something, about a person, about a place, about a thing. The initial feeling is your truth. That is your guides. It's when you do that extra thinking, the questioning, the doubting, that's where you got to come back and realize that first initial feeling or thought. That's what I'm leaving you with. Because you were right.
I like that. Thank you, Kelly.